I have a TikTok page. It's just we have people who just cut up my old videos and put it up there. Although the one we made today will probably end up like was fucking pumping iron. My skin looks like a baseball glove compared to fucking you guys. I'm not.
I mean, I don't know. I could probably work at a better tan than you. But
no. I mean, I got the tan. I got like 43-year-old skin versus fucking all these young bros. But yeah, there is some comedy. But you gotta like differentiate. I mean, were you actually worried about this TikTok like ban thing?
No, just because I'd moved to YouTube. I was pretty confident. We had our trailer deal set up, so we were kind of making sure no matter what happens, we were going to be fine.
Got it. So, yeah, you want to diversify beyond the TikTok, just label. Do you care when people are just like, dude, he's a TikToker?
I don't really care. I think it fuels me to like, that lets me know like I haven't done enough yet to be not called a TikToker anymore, right? Like if I'm trying to get to the point where someone calls me a YouTuber or they respect me as an entrepreneur instead of a TikToker or a wiggle dicker, whatever you want to call it.
Wiggle dicker is my term.
I know.
I made that up because at first, when I saw it, all I saw was you guys just shirts off, wiggle dicking. It was that song that everybody was doing.
I know what you're talking about.
And the crazy thing about TikTok, it must be the algorithm. You do the same song like 100 fucking times.
Oh yeah, like
that's an algorithm thing.
And the thing is like TikTok just keeps pushing it too. Like they will just make sure that video does so good when that song is trending. Like then the creators post 5-10 videos to that audio.
Girls do it. That's the other thing for somebody. It's like the girls are wildly sexualized. They're like, how old is the girl? She's like fucking 16. Like basically gyrating sex every 2 seconds. Like, all right, I got to get off this thing.
Right. It's a dangerous app.
You must have a gazillion fucking girls who slide into your DMs.
There's a few. Yeah.
A gazillion. Yeah. Because I know what I have a shit ton in, like, and I'm like not a sex symbol guy. What platform do you use for that? TikTok or Instagram?
I mean, if I were to use DMs,
we know you're using it. You're being hypothetical. So you aren't officially dating this girl Nessa, who's like she's a big TikToker that you blew up, correct?
I mean, I don't want to take credit for blowing her up. We.
How many followers did she have when you met her?
I think like 300,000.
And how many did you have?
I think like 5 million.
Okay, so I mean, you blew her up, but that's fine. I mean, that goes a lot. She was probably fucking using you. That's fine. Are you dating her? Or what's your status?
No. We're not dating. Okay. She's my ex-girlfriend. Okay,
so
we're still cool and everything.
Right. Yeah. So you're communicating with girls on fucking. Somehow, how are you doing it?
I mean, like DMs, I guess.
For what platform?
Instagram.
It is Instagram.
100%.
What's the average age of girls sliding into your DMs?
They're usually college girls.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's quite a life.
No, yeah, it's pretty dope, going to your DMs, 50, 60, 100. Just keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, even girls that I know who are like older, like, we like these TikToks. Like, and I'm almost offended. Like, what are you talking about? They just fucking wiggle dick. They probably don't even play fucking sports and stuff.
Oh, but there's a few that don't. Bryce, he can't fucking play a sport for his life.
Really?
He can wrestle. I'll give him that. He's an insane wrestler. The least, somehow, he has no balance in sports besides wrestling.
I always have a question for guys like this. Like, did you go to public high school? Where'd you go to high school?
Public, yeah.
So, like, what are your high school friends think?
So, started off, I was going into high school being like a pretty popular kid, right? Like, I didn't do social media at this time. I played hockey. I played soccer. I played lacrosse. Like, I played all the big sports in my town.
And from Canada? Where in Canada?
Yeah. Outside of Toronto, small town called Cobourg, like 15,000 people at the time. So, going into that year, dumbest decision I've ever probably made, but before my ninth grade year, I decided to post Musical.lys, right? And it was because my sister was doing them, and then people were commenting on our videos.
And Musical.ly is just like did it look like TikTok?
It's like a 10 times cringier version of TikTok.
Okay.
It's like so bad. The worst. Videos will still pop up every once in a while of like my old TikTok or Musical.lys.
And what were you doing in them?
It's just like holding the phone and like lip syncing and like moving your hand, but it's like it's sped up. So like it slows the audio down when you film it, and then it speeds it up when it posts. And it's just, dude, never look at those. You won't want to do the podcast with me anymore. It's so bad.
I've already seen a lot of Wiggle Dicker videos, and we're still here. So
that's actually a good point. So yeah, but no, started doing that. Went to school. It was instant bullying. Like, I mean, I probably deserved it. I would have
bullied. Who was bullying you?
I mean, every senior. I knew all the seniors before I knew, like, every grade just because, one, my dad worked at the school. And 2, like I told you, I played sports. But even my own friends, like, they would give me a hard time, but it's a little bit different coming from your friends.
Right.
Like, of course they're gonna make fun of you. But mainly just like slurs, calling me like gay and stuff like that. And then as well, just calling me a pussy. That's pretty much it.
I can see that, I guess. I mean,
musically
high school,
kid.
I wouldn't use slur, but I'd be like, you're a fucking loser. Like that.
Yeah. I
How are
mean,
you doing it?
like what I started thinking, like, as I was getting made fun of, like at the start I was pissed, right? Obviously. I'm like, what the fuck? These are supposed to be my friends. And then I like kind of look at my content a little bit, and I knew what I was doing. And I was just like, you know what? If I wasn't this kid and this kid went to my school, I would bully the fuck out of this kid.
So when did it turn from you just doing it, your sister's kind of doing it, to like, there may be something here?
I got a video that blew up, like the worst timing again, but the day before school started. I posted a video and it got like, I think like 2 million views. Got like 275,000 likes. I was used to like getting 500 likes. Like that was the biggest thing I've ever had, 500 likes. This video blows up, gets me 26,000 followers overnight. I wake up, I see it, I'm hyped, and then I literally start my high school. And that's when it was like, at that point I was like, oh, it's too fucking late. People are already branding me as this Musical.ly kid now. If I quit, then I'm just going to get made fun of for like quitting it.
Right.
So like, might as well just keep going.
And when did you go from Toronto to LA?
About 8-9 months ago, moved out here.
Oh, so recent.
Yeah. No, I first came out and looked at, like, we were all staying in this house. I came out January 5th. I stayed for like 2 weeks, and then I went back home, and then I came back out again after that, probably February 5th, and then that's when I started.
And what
just
about
living.
you? I'm always curious. Like when I started Barstool, I remember my dad specifically, just he didn't get the internet. My dad's the type of guy still to this day, like if he sees an article on the internet, like he's like, hey, I want you to read this, he'll like fax me it. Like he'll print it out in fax. He doesn't understand anything.
Jeez,
so
you still have a fax.
my dad does. He does fax it to air. I don't have a fucking fax.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
that fucking
Oh,
old.
okay,
My dad, who actually, so we have our own radio station. We have like Barstool on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Like he has I gave him basically his own radio show to yell at air. That's like my dad. But so he never got it in the beginning. He supported it, but he didn't know
Right.
what the fuck I was doing. And as people start recognizing me, he'd be like, hey, how's that guy know who you are? It's like, Barstool. What were your parents thinking?
It's funny because I've never even said this story before, actually. So awesome exclusive for the podcast. But my dad, I remember when I first started it, like very start, 3 to 4 weeks in, and my dad started seeing in his PayPal, like this money was coming in, and he was so confused, right? So he came up to me and he was like, I think
why,
he thought...
what's the PayPal? Like why were you getting money in your PayPal?
Live streaming.
Got
So
it.
I would go live on Musical.ly, and then people would
So
send
it's set
me
up like a
this
Twitch thing where
hunts,
people can like
exact same.
donations. Yep.
Yeah. So then I was making this money, and he was super confused. He didn't really know where I was making this money. Probably thought I was like selling drugs or something.
Right.
So he came up to me to have this conversation. He was like, so what are you doing? Like, I also heard about these video app. Like, what is this? And he was talking to me about it, and I like showed it to him, and he looks at the phone and then looks back up at me, and he's like, this is kind of gay. And then I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I don't care. Like, if you're gay, it's fine. Like he's supportive, right?
Right,
Like
right.
that's how my dad is. But he was just kind of like, it is kind of gay though. And I was like, yeah, I know. And then like, I just kind of kept going with it. I explained like to him, like my vision was the money, right? I saw that you can make money off this app, and I didn't want to go fucking work at a
Right.
ice cream shop or like Tim Hortons. Like, fuck that.
Right.
If I can sit in my basement, turn on a camera and play video games or like fuck around with my friends and make more money than they are, why the fuck wouldn't I do it?